New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. OnlyFans is getting out of the adult entertainment business. Starting in October, the company will prohibit creators from posting material with sexually explicit conduct on its website, which many sex workers use to sell fans explicit content. They'll still be allowed to put up new photos and videos provided that their consent with OnlyFans' policies, the company stated Thursday. The popularity of the social media service exploded during the pandemic as sex workers, musicians, and online influencers used it to charge fans for exclusive access to photos, videos, and other material. OnlyFans has attracted more than 130 million users. The popularity also brought with it additional scrutiny, and OnlyFans is positioning itself more for a forum for musicians, fitness instructors, and chefs than sex workers. While many of its most popular creators post videos of themselves engaging in sexual behavior, several mainstream celebrities like Bella Thorne, Cardi B, and Tyga have also set up accounts. The changes are needed because of the mounting pressure from banking partners and payment providers, according to the company. OnlyFans is trying to raise money from outside investors at a valuation of more than $1 billion. Quote, in order to ensure the long-term sustainability of our platform and continue to host an inclusive community of creators and fans, we must evolve our content guidelines. The company has been praised for giving sex workers a safe place to do their jobs, but sex work still has a stigma. The company handled more than $2 billion in sales last year and on pace to generate more than double this year. OnlyFans stated that it will provide more guidelines on its new policy at a later date. The news disappointed some of the sex workers who've come to rely on OnlyFans. Sifley, a 30-year-old Dallas woman who declined to provide her real name, began posting to OnlyFans only a few years ago and relies on this site to pay for her bills. She wrote a few blogs for the company in its early days and even spoke with Stokely, who is the creator. But over the past year, she noticed that the company is shifting its focus away from sex workers and more towards the type of online creators, more so to the effect of what Patreon did as well. Early this year, OnlyFans introduced a new app that features many of its top creators but doesn't include any nudity. Quote, if you look at all of the promos, they don't promote us all. I noticed a huge drop in them promoting people who do sex work. It was also stated that because these platforms allow anyone to sign up, investors have reportedly been worried that minors could subscribe to see adult content creators or make content of their own. OnlyFans has been trying to raise money at a $1 billion valuation, and although it can be profitable without raising new money, the company has existing investors who want to sell their shares for a profit. All right, well, I can't sit up there and say that I'm too surprised, because the first time that I heard anything about this was by way of a man by the name of Kevin Samuels, and he mentioned this to a variety of women. He kept asking them throughout the years. He was like, yo, so what's your 5-year, 4-year plan, your 5-year plan, your 10-year plan, your 15-year plan? Like, what are you going to do if you can no longer do this? Like, what are you going to do when, you're not the hottest thing on the market, when the next hottest thing is basically taking your spot and that money starts to dry up because nobody's going to pay to see you anymore? So this falls within the exact same lines that he has stated to a variety of women before who felt that they had something pretty much going and that it was everlasting because they were on OnlyFans, because they were going to have men that were going to keep coming back and back and back, right, to see specifically what their content is and what it exactly is that they're doing. So now you have, OnlyFans in a sense cutting a lot of that off. So which means that a lot of those profits that those women had, guess what? You're not really going to be making that many thousands of dollars. Like in some instances, if you were to look up certain women's OnlyFans, like they got a website where they tell you how much people are making on OnlyFans. You had I think a woman in the UK making upwards to like 200 plus grand a month. So, like I said before, now a lot of these women are going to be on the exact same standard, right? Because your content is roughly going to be the exact same. You're going to be doing the exact same content as every other woman. because you can in a sense deviate from it, because that's going to go against what it is that OnlyFans is going to put specifically in their policy. Because above anything else, OnlyFans realistically, because they're a business, no matter if they did make a safe space for sex workers, and the fact that sex workers were the ones that lifted OnlyFans up and they made OnlyFans what it is, that doesn't matter, because the only thing that matters is the bottom line. So if that means that they have to deviate from what they originally allowed and what they were originally doing, then that's what they're going to do, because they can get that assured, $1 billion for whatever they, want to 100% use it for. They stated that some people who are stakeholders in OnlyFans wanted to, sell off some of their shares or what have you, then so be it. Then that means that they have to change the content and how it is that they, decide to put that out, which means that everything that has to do with nudity, sex, being provocative, that's going to get pushed all the way to the back. They're going to make sure not to promote any of that. They're going to make sure that that is not even on the first couple of pages, or however, OnlyFans just so happen to work. They're going to put up musicians. They're going to put up chefs. They're going to put up entertainment. They're going to put up the face of, in a sense, some wholesome for all intents and purposes, right? Some more wholesome, type of content, and it's going to leave a lot of the sex workers and whoever else, that makes a lot of that explicit content, it's going to put them high and dry, right? They're not going to really have a parachute when they decide to, jump out of that plane. But at the end of the day, that comes down to the individuals, because you should always have a backup plan. For a lot of those women who are making, many thousands of dollars on OnlyFans, well, you should have been investing in cryptocurrency. You should have been investing in stock. You should have been investing in real estate. You should have been opening up your, a store, a business, something, right? That's completely separate from OnlyFans, right? You should have 5, right, instances where you got income coming from a variety of different places. You should have set yourself up. So if there are any stories later on when October comes, or starting towards like January and February, where you got people crying because they don't know what they're going to do because OnlyFans was their only income, well, guess what? You should have prepared for this. You should have saw this. You shouldn't have just been looking like, oh, well, I'm going to ride this as long as I can. And, I'm going to be spending a whole bunch of money buying condos and cars and trying to live like a Instagram rich and famous. Instead of doing that, you should have been quiet, and you should have been putting your little acorns and been, getting ready for the winter, because for you, it's going to be a very hard, long, and tough winter. Now, you got some other women out there that might be very good at, changing up what it is that they do and still getting that same money. Like I said, to them, they're on a whole nother level. But for the greater majority of women that are doing this, it's going to be a cold winter, super cold. And a lot of those women that was running their mouth for the last 2 or whatever years, talking a whole bunch of stuff about men, they're going to be ended up changing their tune. They going to be they're going to be looking like some hypocrites. I promise you that. This is why people always sit up there and tell you, be careful the things that you say and put out into the universe, because you just might happen to regret it. And a lot of those women that talked a lot of nonsense and a lot of madness when it came to men, they're going to be regretting that, because they're going to be looking for those exact same guys. Now that money well, now that whole, gold hill has basically, started to run dry. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.